just when you think it couldn't get any worse after what we saw on Saturday afternoon at the MCG, it did get worse. I don't want to divide us versus the fans. I feel like it's really important we stay together. When times are tough, it's the most important time to stay together and stay united. For a lot of years now, we've had that stronger together mindset, and it's easy to do that when we're winning. It's bloody hard to do that when you're having tough losses. We're sticking fat together. Buy in and get behind us. We'll turn it around. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort, but we're going to stay united. I think that is about a patronizing quote we've had from a leader at the club for a long time. Are the words correct? Do you need to stay together in tough moments? Yes, absolutely you do. But was there an underlying meaning behind that which suggested that he wants the fans to not have a crack and not be upset and to not call for change? Because the fans have done their bit. 100K members, nearly 60K to the ground on Saturday afternoon after what has been, so far, you would suggest, an abject year. And we have packed out stadiums from the start of the season to this point in time. Record crowds again, 100K members, make of that what you will. One thing that has not been acknowledged is that sometimes you have to split apart what you're doing as a playing group in comparison to what the fans are doing. The fans are rocking up. The fans are giving you their support. They voted with their feet. They're still going to games. What we saw in the second and third quarter was not conducive of the words uttered post-game. And the question is, why is that the case? We have leaders on the field who continue to not put in the ultimate effort under times of adversity. We had a key forward on a lot of money in the form of Charlie Curnow play like he is a player who doesn't want to be at the club. And you can make of the rumours around his name with a degree of, I wouldn't say trepidation, but make of that what you will. If people want things to get better, then you have to critique, you have to criticise. And that is definitely a form of support. You can't put the shoulder around every single time it goes to the shit. We've done that a lot. We still continue to do it. Irrespective of what people say, people are still rocking up in droves, irrespective of what they say pre, during, and post-game. The fact that no one has acknowledged this year that the playing group has not brought into their share of the bargain in 2025 is an indictment on where the leaders and decision makers of this club are at. Brad Lloyd went on 3AW and suggested that the team continues to defend well. We have a lack of intelligence in key roles at this club that is almost beggars belief. Opposition coaches, won't name who, have said that we defend with 16 or 17 players behind the ball, which is not conducive of long-term success. And it is the reason why we continue to struggle to score. Now, with me being 31 years old, who is not employed as an analyst at a football club, is not employed as a tactician, is not employed as a head coach, has implored this team to defend more efficiently, to analyse the numbers with which have borne fruit over the season to date with the correct context around them and understanding why they are so inflated. and why we are supposedly the best or one of the best defensive profile teams in the league, and why senior figures at the club continue to push this narrative suggests that we have a lack of intelligence and insight at the football club that is unprofessional. I don't think we have intelligent people in senior figure roles at the club. I think we have level one employees scattered everywhere and in the most important roles. We have no visionaries. We have a lack of intelligence in the coaching panel. We have lack of communication from our head of football, who will be removed eventually. We know that. That's definitely going to happen. But it just continues to go from train wreck to train wreck to train wreck post-game. And the skipper is a fantastic footballer. He's got credits in the bank. He's a two-time Brownlow medalist. He is going to be an all-timer at the Carlton Football Club. But the fact that there's no acknowledgement that the fans have done their bit and the players have not done theirs, those words in a sentence shows you that there is a lack of understanding and care at the club at the moment. Some of the moves in game, and we can get into it, we got obliterated at stoppage. George Hewitt, Adam Chera were okay again, but they're not the answer, unfortunately. Tom De Koning was monstered. Don't know where this whole idea about him getting paid $1.7 million has come from. We discussed this on the Prendercast with the boys. Sean, Fab, Terry was on there as well. He's nowhere near $1 million player, and we discussed that. I think the talk around him is just talk, really. I don't see there being a lot of substance with it. He's a good player. He's a very good player at that. But Tristan Jerry, who is on not much, I would say, is maybe output-wise equal, if not just under, Tom De Koning as a ruckman, and he's not being paid anywhere near, and will get paid nowhere near the amount Tom De Koning is paid. Scores from stoppage, 44-15. We barely got a sniff in that department. We had players not running around in the second and third quarter. We had players jogging, standing still, not putting in the supreme effort. Is that on the coach to a point? Yes. Is that on leaders to a point? Yes. But this was an absolute disgrace on Saturday, and the post-game communication as well is, I don't think, up to what we deserve, nor is it what we want to hear, nor is it, again, conducive of a club that I think is of the highest professional standard. But again, what do I know? I'm not an athlete. I'm not a coach. But the person who told you 8 months ago that we don't defend well enough, we don't defend efficiently enough, and we're going to judge this coach by how he manages egos. And now there are about 850 rumours coming out a day about players talking about other players and players talking about coaches, and there being disharmony in the dressing room. Righto. Who are the best players on the ground for Carlton? I mean, who really cares, to be honest? It was probably the two players that have really failed us contract-wise. Zach Williams and Mitch McGovern played with a bit of pride. They were probably our two best players. I thought Orazio Fantasia started well. Outside of that, there was not much to really hone in on. Ollie Hollins was good. Jesse Motlop was really strong when he came onto the ground. He showed a bit of pizzazz, showed that he actually wanted to go out there and win the game, which is not so much we can say for his compatriots. The Alex Cincotta move to Caleb Daniel just baffled me. Alex Cincotta's skill set is far greater than that of someone who just has to tag Caleb Daniel. And again, he's another player we just don't use. We don't use correctly. Jack Silvani was poor, and that's, again, one of the main reasons why you don't pay solid defenders decent chunks of money. That's why you don't. Because Nick Haynes' output, again, was better, if not similar to what Jack Silvani's was. I don't know, he's in a completely different age bracket, but he would be on nowhere near the money than what Jack is at the moment, and they are two very similar players. Jack's probably a better user of the ball, but again, you don't want to be paying in excess of $500 for intercept defenders or defenders of the ilk like Haynes, like Silvani and whatnot. So it's not to say that Silvani's not a good player. I think he's a good footballer, but you saw the deficiencies on the weekend. I mean, everybody had a look at the spray as well, and it actually did garner a response, funnily enough. But unfortunately for Michael Voss, I think it is too little, too late. But as dour as this review may be, I do think all these things are a great opportunity for us as a football club to make serious change now, and it will come. Whether that's the head coach sooner rather than later, I think it will be. Head of football we know is going to be moved on. But I think this is a great sign into when it's not really going your way, you really see who wants to stand up and who wants to be counted, and that's on the field and off the field. So this was a disaster of a result. I think it was a result that was brewing. And again, I don't think we need to go ballistic over this result. I'd implore a bit of calmness. I'd implore a bit of not patience, but there will be the change that we want coming at the end of this season, and it may even come before that. And it's what we need, it's what we want, and we need to tweak a few things, and there are going to be sweeping changes over the next 6 to 8 months, which I think are going to be a fantastic thing for this football club moving forward. When you know you're not quite up to it, you've got to put your hand up, admit it, and the fact that we've got some new eyes around the football club now, I think are going to paint a pretty bleak picture for a lot of people who have been there for a while now. So I see this as only a positive, as much as it's frustrating for all of us. And it is not what we want to hear, but I think this will only lead to good things for our football club moving forward. It may not be in the immediate short term. We have a game against Port Adelaide coming up on the 5-day break, and I think this 5-day break is actually perfect for us as a club. You don't quite get to ruminate over a terrible result against North Melbourne, and you don't quite get to think too much about it. You've got to move on pretty quickly. So the boys will just have to go out there and play, which I think is probably the best thing for them. And I think we need to have some serious changes coming into this game, whether it's rotation because of the 5-day break, but there are 4 or 5 names that really need to be dropped out of this team. And we need to not blood some youth at the expense of a result, because I don't think that is an excuse if we were to blood 2 or 3 youngsters or bring some inexperienced lads into the team. It should be of no excuse against Port Adelaide. But yeah, this is it's dire straits for this core group at the moment, but I see it as a big positive for us. We're going to have solutions put in place or decisions put in place to make this football club better, and it may see some big names traded out and put up in the market. So like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about the game. Let us know what you think holistically about the club at the moment. I know a lot of people are frustrated, but I'm very calm with regards to the scenario, because it had been brewing in the back of my mind for a little while. A result like this had been brewing, so it does not surprise me. It's more the manner in which it happened and the communication post-game, which has got me offside, unfortunately. So, look, I'll back the captain in. He's a fantastic footballer. And I'm going to back him to bounce back in the last 9 games. I don't know what that means for us as a club, but one thing we can't doubt is that he is a very, very good footballer. But at the moment, it's just not quite working out for him and not quite working out for a lot of this team. Again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Got a special guest coming on the show for Tuesday night on the Jumper Punch. So that is going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you tune in, 7 p.m. Go Blues.